Pro-Palestinian protests broke out in Times Square over the weekend. One protester even held up an image of a swastika on the phone. That's despite New York City having the largest Jewish population in the world outside Israel. New York Post political reporter Jon Levine was there, and he's going to take us through what happened. Morning, John. Tell me more.
Morning, Stuart. I've lived in New York City my whole life, and I have never seen anything like this in my life. These people are a death cult, and you're walking in Times Square, and you have hundreds of people dressed up as Hamas fighters and holding flags and wearing the masks, and some of them have shirts with, suicide bombers on them. And this is not Gaza City. This is not even Europe, where those kinds of scenes have become more common. This is New York City. These are people who, when the rally's over, they're going to be in the movie theaters with you. They're going to be on the buses and trains with you. They're going to be at the airport with you. They are among us, and it's incredibly disconcerting. And you've got the FBI monitoring your uncle's Trumpy Facebook posts, and I just hope that there's some of those resources maybe could be diverted to some of the people I saw yesterday, because if there is another 9/11 in this country, it is going to come from the people we saw yesterday in New York City.
Well, that's the kind of thing that worries a lot of people. We have over 100 known terrorists who've come across our southern border. I don't think we know where they are.
No idea.
Could be in Times Square yesterday. They could be there.
The scenes that, Trey Yingst is doing such wonderful work out in Israel right now, those scenes over there, I just worry we're going to start to see that here more and more. It's very disturbing.
McCarthy is speaking right now on Israel. Our reporter says he may be using this speech as a part of a campaign to retake the speakership. Any thoughts on that?
It's really coming into focus why we can't have chaos in the House of Representatives right now. We can't just govern from crisis to crisis and continuing resolution to continuing resolution. Things happen in the world, and when we are divided, when we are in chaos, people see that.
Sure.
And Israel was divided too when this happened. They were having their own internal struggles. So I think Kevin could certainly use this as an argument to say, look, I was a uniter. People got along with me. I know everyone. I've been speaker before. Now is not a time for on-the-job training to be speaker. I know how to do this job. Maybe give me a second look. I don't know if that'll be a successful argument, but it's definitely an argument.
A quick point. You went to the demonstration yesterday. Are more planned for today?
There's more planned for today. Oh, yeah. And this was one of dozens held in America yesterday, in this country. So it's here. They are among us.
I'm sure you saw it, but 31 groups in Harvard came out and said it's Israel's fault.
Right. I mean, the academic
institutions. What's going on in this country?
The academic institutions have been completely overthrown by all of these sort of very radical progressive ideas, CRT, wokeness, whatever you want to call it. And I personally would prefer anyone that went to a solid state school in New York than Harvard, Yale, or Princeton.
I think I'm with you all the way, as a matter of fact. You go.
McCarthy's hitting hard. This comes from Chad Pergram. He says this just wasn't a failure in Israel, in their intelligence community. It was a failure in ours as well. Why did we not know this was happening? Why do we have a Secretary of State who says he has no knowledge if Iran was involved?
McCarthy is a friend of Israel from way back when.
He's an absolute old hand. He's solid on this issue.
Yeah.
He could make a very compelling argument.
He would make a very compelling speaker because of the new situation that's just evolved.
That's right.
Is this a rally around the flag moment that could get McCarthy, should he want this speakership back? It seems like he might. But what do you do with Matt Gaetz? What do you do with some of the others, the holdouts, the
I don't want to tell you what I do with Matt Gaetz.
Well, but it's the same problem.
Yeah, it is the same problem, but maybe even the crazies.
You don't necessarily need to win Matt Gaetz. You just got to win some of his allies and change the vacate rule that that gives him all that power, and he could come back, no question.
John, thanks very much for being with us this morning.
Thank
Good
you,
stuff
Pat.
indeed.